This is the channel WHISKEY3XRAY Call of Duty gameplay disclaimer. Made in the year of our Lord 2026. This is my Call of Duty disclaimer to explain what's going on in my videos. Basically, I'm the only player who does good and doesn't cheat on console. I'm good enough at Call of Duty to defeat hackers. Even so, playing against people who cheat is not fair gameplay. That is why I may not look like I'm doing the best. But I am destroying hackers, usually with a 2.0 KDR, in most console lobbies that I play in. My team can't even make it at a starting point, and they go double negative. That means they die twice as many times for each kill they get. And they do actually a lot worse than that in these matches. While the hackers get around 60 plus kills and single digit deaths every single match, this often results in half the players in my team leaving the match. And sometimes you'll see my videos where I'm going 2 versus 6. That's 2 guys on my team versus 6 people on the other, or even myself versus 6 players. Excuse me, cheaters. Now they tried so hard to say that people can't cheat on console. That's changed. Hackers have found multiple ways to cheat on consoles, and they've completely ruined competitive gameplay on consoles. In fact, hackers particularly target players on no cross-platform, console player-only game lobbies. Yeah, it used to be players could not hack on console, with exception for what was called the lag switch. Really, that's just pulling the internet cord or plugging it in repeatedly and just trying to mess with the server. I mean, there was you could be more sophisticated and create like a button, but that would kind of like freeze the lobby and give you like maybe 1 second to have a live action split second gameplay ahead of everybody else every time you hit it. But that was pretty stupid. There's a lot of effort. The real benefit of lag switch is just to make yourself disappear from the match. Just pull that cord out. Making a lobby freeze for a second required like way too much macro. But the point is, hackers have infested consoles now so bad that the game's impossible to play. I'm a super rare console player who can do good and beat cheaters. But what sucks is my score is typically lower. Before hackers went mainstream, I used to get 60 plus kills, single digit deaths in matches myself. In fact, my best record on console is that's most kills, no deaths, is 72 kills and 0 deaths. I forget which Call of Duty it was. Obviously, it's before 2015. We'll get to that year. So, if you're curious about hackers and what they use, I'll explain what I know. And first, a little history on console gaming. It's way easier to play on PC, and it's way harder to play on console. Well, video games. That is mainly due to the controllers. PC use a mouse keyboard. Consoles use a joystick controller. If you want a clearer picture of like what that difference is like, to try to imagine it, hold your joystick controller up to your PC monitor and imagine trying to click on the icons with a joystick controller. You'd lose your mind. Joystick controllers are inaccurate. They're slow. They constantly go past their target. In fact, that's why consoles have aim assist. If you didn't have it, you'd be strafing past your target like crazy, or just flying past it back and forth trying to nail it. People who go PC, they usually refuse to go back to console due to that inefficiency. Once I started PC, I thought I'd never go back, but my PC got dated, and I got lazy, so I just bought a console. It was horrible, but I noticed everybody else was doing horrible too. So I practiced, and I just got way better than most players in console. When Call of Duty first exploded in popularity, it exploded on the console, and PC players refused to kind of go that way. I remember in Modern Warfare 2, I actually got so many nukes in that game, I quit playing it. I got like 20 nukes and I was just done with it. It got boring and pointless. I went back to Call of Duty 4. That's too bad I didn't have a way of recording my gameplay back then. Anyway, this is when hackers began to dream about what it would be like to play Call of Duty with a mouse and keyboard against console players. While all the other console players are using a joystick controller. Eventually, shitty gimmicks did appear. I remember one. It was a weird joystick for one hand and an adapter for your mouse with the other. A friend of my family was huge into, well, he probably still is huge into hacking. He paid over $160 for this fucking depravity. Hackers, they'll pay big money and way more than that to cheat. In fact, the guy who bought that device, he was a dropout from college in computer programming. Well, that's what he did. He played a game called World of Warcraft, and he was actually creating his own hacker software for that game. And he started making a living off it. He did achieve some like rare status in the game, only a few people ever achieved, but he cheated. He got banned from the game many times. But when I guess he would make phone calls and he would just overly insist he wasn't cheating. There is some plausible deniability. He was explaining that technically it's possible to do what he was doing, but his program, I'll get back to that later. It's back to the mouse and keyboard for now. So finally, a company nailed it real good. They were called Zim Matrix around 2015. I mentioned that year earlier. Zim Matrix is it's a piece of hardware you got to wire your controller into, and PC at times. You plug it into PC to calibrate it, but it allowed you to plug a mouse and keyboard into your console. So PC gamers, they don't get aim assist. So not only did that ridiculous advantage come to console gaming, a mouse and keyboard, they also had additionally aim assist to go along with it. On top of that, somehow the Zim Matrix somehow buffs the aim assist. I don't know how. Yeah, so it makes it even worse that computer players aren't getting aim assist. But with cross-platform, what gets worse is the game gets confused, and it will disable aim assist. I guess if it thinks I'm using aim assist because I'm just so quick with the joystick controller, or if it detects like Zim Matrix, or because of them using it. There's so many lobbies my aim assist gets disabled, and I'm flying past the target. My accuracy does not stay on targets; it just goes right over them. And meanwhile, you got these nerds with the mouse and keyboard, just finger point accuracy all over me with a crazy agility. Yeah, but keyboard players don't even need aim assist. Well, prior to the Zim Matrix, a device called Cronus Zen came out. They both work similarly. I feel like from what I read, Zim is more accurate for the mouse and keyboard. Maybe Cronus works a little better at canceling recoil. Yeah, so that's another thing. These devices also are tweaked to cancel recoil in the weapons. So, before we get too lost in the fog here, so console players are cheating using this device called Zim. In addition, they're cheating using a device called Cronus Zen. But somehow, not only is one of these devices potent, these players somehow plug both of them in to their PC. I'll find a picture of that. PC players can also instantly turn in any direction and aim instantly with pinpoint accuracy with a mouse. Controllers can only go in one direction at a time. With a joystick to go in the other direction, they have to cross the joystick back all the way in the other direction before the thing starts even going. So, there's a pause. It might be a microsecond or a fraction of a second, but those fractions of a second make it or break it. They make it or break it for good gamers. It's impressive how much of a difference that little advantage makes, but this does make cheat detection a little impossible to see. But it should be very easy to detect for some kind of anti-cheat software. When a player has just almost no correction and almost pinpoint accuracy every single time, That's when you gotta call bullshit. I've looked up some data and on these cheaters, how many of them there are, and some data admits, conservative data, that 5 to 10% of Call of Duty players cheat. I usually see 2 to 3 cheaters on each team, so I would say like 30%. But Call of Duty will not release the data. They keep it like NATO top secret classified. And on top of that, cheating has gone mainstream. You can find a Chrono Zen for sale at Best Buy. It tells me console companies are not doing jack shit about cheaters. They'd rather have them there, make money off them. So I'm taking a look at the Chrono Zen. So a Chrono Zen for a PS5 was $200 almost. A Zim Matrix multi-input adapter typically costs $125. Apparently there's a Zim Nexus controller that you can get for like $150. So Zim Matrix has a joystick controller you can cheat with too. So these hackers on Call of Duty, they could be spending almost $500 on a cyborg controller. These hackers, so they're abundant. They're out there, and I looked up on YouTube. I found a group of cheaters called Zim Central. Zim Central. I'm reading off their little manifesto intro. Zim Central is your hub for everything Zim products and how to get most out of them. News, configurations, tricks, or gameplays. Here you will find it all. Yeah, real exciting, dude. Guys are faggot cheaters. I digress. Previously known as Zim Gameplay on YouTube. Designed by gamers. They're not gamers, they're cheaters. Let's get that straight. People who cheat are not gamers. They're cheaters. They are the transgenders of the video game world. They're not even playing the game. They're pretending to play the game. That's why it's called cheating. It's not competitive. It's not playing. The cheat's playing the game. And these sissies are too afraid to play the game. As you were designed by cheaters, Zim provides the best possible mouse and keyboard and more solution for Xbox, PlayStation, yada yada. Zim does not break any TOS, term of service, on both whatever consoles, therefore is fully legal to be used on those systems, like fighting sticks, racing wheels. Zim offers a more comfortable way of cheating for little sissies who are too afraid to play a video game fairly against other people on the internet. Is using a Zim cheating in Call of Duty? On Brave AI, I'm looking this up. Point blank answer right away. Yes, using a Zim device, it's considered cheating on Call of Duty, according to Activision. And it's full of shit, useless ricochet anti-cheat system. Maybe it's working. I'm not seeing it work. I guess I don't see the same cheaters. Some of them I see the same names, but I do see a lot of random names. Maybe they get banned. They have a way of bypassing bans, but they keep coming back. Probably some hacking companies making a way of making a living on a way to get around that and just make a new account. I don't know. Activision has explicitly stated that Zim Matrix and similar third-party hardware are cheating tools, sissy tools. Even if marketed as accessibility devices, these devices allow mouse and keyboard users to exploit controller-based aim assist, enabling near-perfect recoil control and precision that no human player can naturally achieve. This creates an unfair advantage, especially in competitive modes like ranked play. In Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Season 2, Activision rolled out new anti-cheat detections that no longer rely on identifying the hardware itself. Instead, they analyze input timing, consistency, and response patterns to detect machine-like behavior. This means Zim players. This means cheaters, sissy faggots using Zim devices. Excuse my French. Especially those with custom macros or scripts are now at high risk of being warned, suspended, or permanently banned like they should be. I think they should be fucking prosecuted. They shouldn't be court orders to not even touch a console. I don't know how these people are sick in the head to be cheating in a video game. That is so depraved. They are deprived of something to be cheating in a video game. I mean, it's fun to play video games. There's something wrong with these people's head. They've ruined the entire game just so they can have fun. While some argue it's a matter of control, scheme, preference, Activision's official stance is clear. Unapproved third-party devices like Zim have no place in Call of Duty. The company is actively working on making these devices ineffective across all platforms. Hurry the fuck up, motherfuckers. Hey, learn more about Zim here. Zim.tech. Like instead of .com. Contact us. Zim.tech/contact us. Was that an email? I don't know. Zim Community Forum. Community.zim.tech. I hopped into the forum, but you need to sign up. I want to see if they have any like socializing posts with like pictures. I was hoping to collect some physical evidence on the physical character of these hackers. I just saw one guy. Well, I saw his legs. He had like pencil legs. You know, like there's no way that guy can run a fucking mile by the physique of those legs. My estimation of what a cheater looks like would be a twitchy sissy who avoids working out. Either a fat or pencil neck skinny weirdo. I guess when you have a physique like that, you have a social inferiority complex that makes you very cowardly and have to cheat in a video game. It's just simple. When you cheat, you're not playing a game. You're cheating. It nullifies you as a player, and you're a cheater. That means cheaters don't even count as the worst player. They're below the worst player. Technically, the worst player is better than anybody who cheats. So I want to go back to what I was saying earlier about my friend of the family. I know the guy for too long. He's a bit of a sociopath. We don't play the same games. I forget what his username is. But whatever it is, the guy told me it sounds like there's a bounty after it, or after this guy. He plays World of Warcraft, and he told me I'm not supposed to ever let anybody know his username. But the point is I watched him actually creating hacks, and if I didn't see it for myself, I'd never suspected. So he would design a software program that was kind of like an automatic countermeasure program. Somehow if you got attacked, it knew what to do. It knew how to make like 7 things happen at once, so it just got you out of it completely or with minimum damage. The thing was so effective. This guy was making a lot of money off it. I want to say 6-figure salary level, but that's based off his weird situation. But it's his own custom program that he makes from scratch, and it is so popular that he only sells a limited quantity of it. Point being, I wouldn't be surprised there's something like this for Call of Duty as well, and there's PC inputs involved in console game players. There's matches where, and I suspect this because there's matches where I see some weird, I encounter some weird players who, they're obviously cheating, but then there's constant lag spikes, instant stim shots. Every time they're hit, they instantly zigzag and slide in the opposite direction. And all these things are possible, but they're not 100% possible every single time. So there you go. There's another stealth factor in hacking. On top of all that, recently I've noticed my controller's gone haywire in certain matches, and it stops working and starts turning in other directions on its own. Now that only happened once or twice, but I had to leave the lobby. Right? All things pathetic, gaming companies can eliminate cheaters. They can simply deactivate the speed that a mouse has, the insane speed for looking around. I'm playing a game that, looking around all around instantly in a twitchy manner can't be good for mental health anyway. I hope these kids don't think, like they're like for real in real life anything close to being effective in like a combat situation. You're not looking around that quick. Combat load by itself, we're not even talking a gun, it's like 50 pounds. It could be 50 pounds easily. And then a gun could be 8 pounds itself. Yeah, so you're not going to be this twitchy, look everywhere, in every direction all at once and see everything. Person in real life. But, these gaming companies, they can just regulate the looking speed down about to a max, make the max speed down like 50, even 75%. That would probably eliminate a lot of people's desires to cheat in Call of Duty with a mouse. And then would turn the game back into a gunfighting game with some working strategy. Instead of what it is now, a game with twitchy, sissy cheaters running around like almost aimlessly with no strategy, running back and forth to the enemy spawn, and maybe stopping in the middle of the map at times to kill every single player they see without even trying in a split second. And then so on and so forth, going all the way to the enemy spawn. So that's what they do. They just kill the other players at the spawn. They can't even get out of the spawn. Personally, what I'd like to do is hire the mafia, like in a movie Casino, to serve these cheaters justice. You gotta look up Cheaters Justice in the movie Casino, if you see what I'm talking about. In that movie, the mafia, when they find cheaters in a casino, they beat their fucking hands with a hammer. Imagine a black limo pulls up to some pencil neck or slob's house. He's all twitching out over his mouse and keyboard. Out of nowhere, boom, the fucking mafia busts into the fucking room. Fucking smoke fills up the room, like cigar smoke. You see Joe Pesci and some goons come out with a fucking vice and a hammer. He tells you cheaters are the lowest form of life. You're the lowest of the low. But I digress. I'm joking. But hopefully this video addresses what I'm up against in Call of Duty, playing on console, and why it may appear I don't do so good. But I am actually exponentially better than I appear under the conditions. Hope this gave you some insight in cheating in Call of Duty on console. For those of you who don't know anything about it, people cheating. Tomorrow's another day. I forgive everybody every day, or by every other day. I hope you stop being pathetic. And if the mafia does show up, I had nothing to do with it. My material is an expression of entertainment. Originally, I am from New Jersey, and we from around the neighborhood I grew up in, we laugh and cry our eyes out joking about all those mob movies and those crazy ass scenes. So this is pretty much the end of my disclaimer video. I'll add some drooling trivia for anyone who can't leave. So this is one match summary. I recorded the results. So I only got 7 kills and 3 deaths. They call it an ED ratio instead of a KDR, elimination death ratio of 2.33. Only 7 kills. That's horrible, right? Let's look at the rest of my team. So player 1, it's the guy who got the top score. He had 16 kills, 3 deaths. I made it tight. It's 16 kills and 13 deaths, which is I don't know. I must be 13 kills and 16 deaths because the KDR is .94. Player 2, 11 kills, 24 deaths, .46 KDR. Player 3, 8 kills, 17 deaths, .47 KDR, and me. We just heard 7 kills, 3 deaths, 2.33 KDR. Player 5 left the game. Player 6 left the game. That's how my team did. The other team went. Player 1, 64 kills, 18 deaths, 3.56 KDR. Player 2, 49 kills, 10 deaths, 4.9 KDR. Player 3, 46 kills, 17 deaths, 2.71 KDR. Player 4, 39 kills, 16 deaths, a 2.44 KDR. And player 5 to 6 don't even matter. This is like how 10 games in a row goes for me in this game sometimes. Now, I do kind of have a bypass. Sometimes if I just die 3 times in a row, I fucking leave. I'm out of there. If I start, there's so many games where I spawn and there's enemy kill streaks over my head, like the ones that just shoot you. Like our missiles are coming down at me. I just leave those games. I leave a lot of games. I have a huge loss percentage. Alright, I'm tapping out. That's almost half an hour. A fucking disclaimer. I'm out.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Damn, man. Look at that shit.
I've never seen that.
Look at that shit. Oh, yeah.
UAV online.
What the fuck was that guy looking at?
Friendly mod incoming.
He must have known he was gonna be on camera, so he was just trying to smile or something. Get some gamer tag exposure. Thanks, dude. Beautiful. A lot of fucking kills. Like 9 things to do there. Huh?
Oh, good game, everybody. Good game, everyone. You guys had it.
Good game.
Oh my God, you guys had it.
It was so close.
Game.
It was so close.
Good game,
Yeah,
man.
good game, guys.
Good game.
Garbage. Good game.
Good game, dude. Good game, dude.
Oh
You were
my
good.
God.
You were good that game.
That was actually